Alright, Marcy.
One you know?
We went over this many times. I've done so much work for you and for the other settlers around here. I've done so much work making this a happy place for everybody. But you continue to not show any gratitude. No thank yous, no anything. All you do is complain. What do you think you're doing? Yeah, you're better be getting a crank in your neck. You better be getting in that thing later on, because I tell you what, you have to sit in timeout now, alright? Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to review the Wasteland Contraptions DLC thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a settlement DLC, and we're going to look over the things, and look, there's the production center. See, I already got like one of these conveyor belts up that came with the DLC, so this is a settlement-based DLC. And this is what I think Wasteland Workshop should have been, because Wasteland Workshop just added a bunch of, like, stuff that was already in the game, which, to me, I feel like it should have been part of the game. Like, it should have been part of the settlements already, the first Wasteland Workshop DLC. But this is the second one, and it adds, like, conveyor belts and mechanics and, like, production lines and stuff and conveyor belts. And this is what I said in my previous video, even in the Wasteland Workshop DLC review. I even said that I want a DLC that actually adds brand new things like conveyor belts and dynamic objects to move around. But finally, this workshop, I say, is for people, you know, this DLC is for people who actually enjoy the settlement building and all that. So if you do not enjoy settlement building, or that's not your game, then you may not really feel like picking this one up. But I will quickly kind of run through some of the new additions that you can receive within this Wasteland Workshop. I keep saying Wasteland Workshop. It's actually the Contraptions Workshop, but I might say it because it's basically the same thing. But we have a bunch of new stuff here. Now we got the warehouse, we got the scaffolding, we got all this different stuff. So we have like the warehouse. So if you could build like warehouses now. So you could put all your storage and things in there. Here's like the walls. You could go through all the walls, obviously, and all the floors, and then all the roofs. So basically, you could make one of these, which is the warehouse. So when you usually go into those places that have like a bunch of ghouls in them, that's kind of how it is. These places that just look like rundown shacks. You now got these new doors. You got now these big barn doors, which is pretty cool. You got rolling metal doors. You know, like, have you seen at the Red Rocket shop? You know, you can now have those. You also got these miscellaneous stuff. So you even got like this cupola. Looks like a church top, right? So maybe I can make a church later for my Fallout settlers. But then we also have the scaffolding. Now the scaffolding is actually really cool looking. It has big freaking towers that you could like look over your lands. It's awesome. Here, let me put it down so we could go to the top of it. Put it right, not in front of Dog Meat's home. There we go. Alright. Not on top of it is what I meant. But, oh my gosh, look at that. Look how cool that is. You can look over the land. Look over your production lines. Be like, hey you, settler over there, I want you to work right there, go do it. You know, like, this looks a little out of line. You know, and then you can make them go do stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, I do say it's worth it if you're big on settlements. It is definitely worth it. You could make your own ammunition. Of course, you have to use your own materials to be able to craft stuff, but you could produce, like, ammunition, armor, guns, all that kind of stuff, which is really, really useful, and I think that's what desperately was needed in this kind of thing. We got this box cars, which is awesome. We got like the blue box cars and the orange box cars. So I guess you could even put like production, like these conveyor belts, even within these box cars. I think that would be pretty cool. But maybe I could make a whole. Look! They're even on stands. So you could make like a huge walkway with them, which I think. I actually might do that later with another settlement. I'm not too big on settlements, but of course it does seem interesting. Of course, if I add like unlimited supplies and stuff with maybe mods when they finally come out for PS4, I'll start doing that. I'll start making more settlements just to pass time and all that. But look, you can see all the orange box cars. Pretty nice. I've say? We got the elevators. So you could move from the top floor down to this one. I don't know if could you put an elevator inside this? Oh, they should have done that. Allowed you to have the elevator in there, in like a scaffolding tower. They should have done that. Also, we have the ball tracks, which I think this was inspired by the mods where people were shooting balls or things down the roofs, and they were kind of developing their own little cool obstacle courses and stuff. And I think that's why it was inspired Bethesda to make these ball tracks, so you could make your own little, I guess, game, you could say, and watch steel balls roll down these tracks, which to me wasn't really needed, but I think they just threw in there just because they liked the idea. Oh yeah, display. So, ladies and gentlemen, we also got the display stuff. So, besides the dynamic stuff that's over there, we got the main thing, which I think a lot of people are going to buy this DLC for, is the display cases and the armor racks. So, we got your man, and then you got your woman. So, if you're a woman character, or if you're just a man character that wants to put your armor on a woman mannequin, you could do so like this. Now, I don't know which house I'll put them in. I'll probably put them in either this one or that one to display all the stuff that I've done so far, which is really, really cool. We have the display cases, so you can put like armor and weapons in those as well as like maybe books and stuff. So you got all these different kinds of display cases, which are really, really nice. Power armor, actually, I put display power armor up there. I don't understand why anyone would use this, though, besides just, like, you could see I did it with this one. So you could see I did, with my XO1 power armor, I kind of made it light up the show, you know, right? So it looks all fantastic and beautiful. Look at that, it's just like, oh, wear me. That's what it screams to you when you look at it. But I'm not going to wear it right now. Weapon racks. So we obviously have the weapon racks. Finally, I know this is, to be honest, I say this DLC is worth it, mainly because it gives you something that you would want in this game. And that's to be able to display your weapons and not having them kept in storage and wondering which workshop you stored them in. So I have to go find all those weapons and start storing them on these weapon racks. I might clear out this room and make it a storage room for this. But we got all these different kind of weapon racks. We even got this big one. I think this is probably for like the bigger guns. This one, I'm gonna guess. Display a single medium-sized weapon. Okay, medium-sized pistols. So they have like the different weapons for just large weapons. So I can put my Gatling gun, because I love using Gatling guns. I love using like the laser rifles. I love using the machine guns, and I love using the Gatling guns because I like causing big, huge amounts of damage. So it's pretty cool. This is probably what I think most people are gonna buy this for. Definitely, probably worth the $5. Of course, again, you could argue that they should have had this earlier in the game, in the vanilla game, but oh well. At least they added it now. We have posters. Yes, we have posters. So you could start having like these movie-looking like posters. And we have all these different kind of posters that you could choose from. To me, I don't see really the point, but you know, to decorate your settlement, this looks like a fine option. Get out of the way, Ada. We don't need you in our lives. Oh, you're good to go. Look, there's a robot. We're good to go, Ada. Alright. You got Vim. So you could start sponsoring Vim instead of Nuka-Cola. Depends on what you like better. We have all these kind of movies, I'm going to guess. Jamaica Plain. That's I think I'll probably put this poster in Jamaica Plain settlement, because that looks pretty cool. I wish that there was like a poster for each settlement. You know, like it labeled it like Sanctuary Hills and it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I believe we do have, we have stuff for power. Okay, now we have these conduits, as you can see. These conduits, I don't know how I'm going to use all these. I'm sure you guys will find them out. But yeah, you use these conduit lights, which I think is pretty cool. I like how they are adding a bunch of stuff and not just a few things. The junk mortar, oh my gosh. Junk mortar fires objects dropped inside when powered. Why does it not provide defense? Yeah, let me put this over here. Then we got miscellaneous. I think we got new pitching machine. Can you hit like baseballs or something? That's pretty unique. We got the junk mortar. We got the fireworks stuff. I think that'd be cool. What does it require? Like, does it just require power, or do you have to put stuff in it? Alright. Okay, firework mortar can be loaded with firework shells, which it will then fire as long as it has power. You can change the firing delay by a terminal connected to the grid, blah, 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 like chemistry, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so I don't have any fireworks, but this thing could fire fireworks in the sky, which is really cool, which I've seen. The logic gates, I don't understand these, but apparently they transmit power to certain objects if it has input to any object in the area. So this is kind of confusing to me. I don't know how these are going to work. But it is interesting none the least. Manufacturing, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh. The conveyor belts. So you could build a large production line and build it around your settlement. Just mass produce things. But of course you have to get all the materials for it. So if you were like, say, using mods, and then you put like just a infinite amount of materials in your conveyor belts and stuff, you would have like infinite ammo, infinite things. Like, it would be awesome. Of course, you got these conveyor belt lifts, which it would lift the items that you connect to your conveyor belts, and it'll lift them to like the next level, which I think is awesome and fantastic. So you could even build like a whole tower of conveyor belts. That would be fantastic. I would love to see what people do with that later on. We also got these layer trip wires. So I don't know what happens. Maybe it's a trap or something. Toggles power on and off when triggered. Oh, so you just like walk through it and it turns on the power. Okay, I guess it could be useful. Someone could probably find something to do with that. Now we got the machinery. We got a builder. Builds a variety of basic objects from its inventory when powered. Use a connected terminal to set what to build. Oh, variety of basic objects? That sounds fantastic. I'll probably just put this right there. Right there. There we go. So we got the armored forge, so it builds armor. We got the weapon forge, it builds weapon. We got the auto loom, it builds clothing. Clothing for your settlers, because they wear such crappy outfits, unless you give them actually good armor and stuff. You got the energy weapon forge, which this is pretty useful because energy weapons are more rare. We got the heavy weapon forge to build all your heavy weapons. We got the ammunition plant, which I built over there so you could be able to build more ammunition for your weapons, which I think is something I would really need. Explosive mill, build explosives. Pyrotechnics mill, build fireworks shells from its inventory when powered. Oh, okay. So like this could be used for your fireworks right here. And then you could build your fireworks and then place them in there, and then it'll shoot them off in the sky. I think that's pretty cool that they added that. They didn't really need to do that though, but it's a nice little touch. Now they also got the food processor, so you could actually process foods for your settlers, so they could actually eat like food that's not radiated, I hope. But that's actually really, really useful. I mean, people really, really love you if you did that. So I think this is a necessity to make your settlers happy. I don't know why my happiness is going down right now. I think it's because I put what's her face in the piler or whatever it's called. Is she in there? Oh no, she's out. Get back in there, Mousy. All right, now the miscellaneous. We got the hopper, which I think you just throw stuff in it and it like poops it out the bottom. So if it was like, say, at the conveyor belt was connected to the top of it, and it would shoot the items out into the top of this hopper, and it would poop them out at the bottom so you could collect them. So especially this would become helpful if you have like a tower of conveyor belts. We got the sorter, which is pretty nice to go 3 ways. You got the component sorter, also going 3 ways. Incoming objects by the components contained based on its current inventory. So you could have like one storage center, which is this, connected to this. So you basically put your items in here, and it'll separate the components, separate items by their component, and store them. So you could like label this aluminum and label another one copper. And so I think that's pretty cool. Like, then you could just, if you need aluminum, you could go to the aluminum storage and grab it from there. We got the vacuum hopper, which pulls items out from an adjacent container when powered. Whoa, does that mean like if you put a box or something in this little fat ending right here, this fat hole, like then it would like suck up all the items and like poop them out in this conveyor belt? That's awesome. So those are all the big conveyor belts and the additions for that. Now we also got the marquee arrows. Yes, marquee. I don't know how to pronounce that. But we got all these arrows, which are very nice looking. Look at this. I put this production thing right here. I'm like, production guys, that way. You can see all the production stuff I have going on over there. I'll probably add more and more stuff, but you could even put the lettering that you saw I did here with production. You could put that all there as well. I think it goes up to the numbers and a star. So you can put a little star by it. I don't know why it's not doing it for me. There we go. Boom. Star. Alright. So I believe that is it. Unless there's more for defense that I don't know about. I think there's more traps at the very end. Yeah, we got the paintball guns. So it could shoot paintballs at things and make them colorful. I saw the work. It makes a little splatter. But I think it eventually goes away over time. But then we have resource. I think there is new resources in Miscellaneous. I believe there is. Yeah, the pillory. That's what I was talking about. For those who deserve punishment. And obviously, as you saw earlier, poor little Marcy had to, you know, be one of these. You know, she deserved the punishment. She doesn't show gratitude at all, and it pisses me off. She's always just like, you know, maybe I'll stop complaining if there's nothing left to complain about. I'm like, are you kidding me? You have a whole settlement, you know, who's devoted to working together in a big happy family, and you know, you're not in harm's way. You got all these defenses up. You got freaking death claws defending your freaking behind, and you can't show gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I got the whole freaking arena set up for your enjoyment. Like, good gosh, like, be grateful, show some respect, you know? And so overall, I say this one is definitely better than the first Workshop DLC. This one is definitely adds like the stuff like I wanted them to add, and so I'm really, really grateful for that. And they're also adding the Vault Tech DLC next, so make sure you keep an eye on that as well, because I think that's going to be the most interesting Workshop DLC. But anyway, guys, I thank you all. I love you all. Make sure you like if you like this video. Make sure you have an awesome day. I love you all. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, because there's so much content on this channel, such as Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and I love you all. Peace out. Thank you very much.